Greetings and salutations, everyone. My name is John Gully, and I'm the literacy coach at Kathleen High School, where I've been for 16 years. Part of my responsibilities as the literacy coach is to ensure that our teachers are properly supported in implementing the curriculum in the areas of English and reading intervention. Kathleen High School is a Title I public high school located in Lakeland, Florida. Currently, there are around 1,965 students, 81% of whom are on free and reduced lunch. The demographics of the 1,965 students are as follows. 34% are Hispanic, 33% are white, 25% are black, and 8% are comprised of other ethnicities. 108 students, a little more than 5%, at KHS are English language learners and qualify for the English Speakers of Other Languages program. The ESOL students at KHS typically perform lower on the Florida Standards Assessment than those at other high schools in the district. In 2017, 79% scored a level 1 in reading. The ESOL program allows equal educational opportunities to students whose primary language is not English. The focus of the program is to address the 4 language skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing, as well as content vocabulary, cultural awareness, and study skills. The topical area of study that I'll be focusing on for the curriculum audit is ELL Reading Achievement Level on FSA at KHS. To further understand my topic, I analyzed studies that have been conducted regarding ELL curriculum. One study by Ebe surrounded the text selection and the impact it has on students' reading achievement levels on standardized tests. She developed a rubric that assessed the cultural relevance of the text selected. The higher the text selection scored on the rubric, the better the students performed with fluency and comprehension. Another study by Liu and Wang focused on the effectiveness of cooperative activities versus independent activities for ELL students. The study concluded that younger ELL students and older ELL students followed different patterns when it comes to their reading development, which means that just because a certain strategy improves reading performance for one group, the same strategy should not be applied to all ELL students. Additionally, McIlvain's study looked at the Transactional Literature Circles program and their effect on the improvement of reading comprehension among ELL students. Based on their teacher feedback, small group instruction within the TLCs allowed students to feel more confident in their reading and speaking skills. Students expressed an enthusiasm for reading and were more motivated to continue working. With Islam and Park's study, the authors intended to explore the preparation of a graduate-level reading course to prepare teacher candidates with differentiating instruction toward ELL students by implementing a culturally relevant point of view. The students of the course also determined that ELLs are inspired by teachers who create a respectful and comfortable learning environment. Analyzing these studies would allow me to have a greater insight and focus on the following areas when conducting my curriculum audit of the ELA program at KHS: culturally relevant texts, collaborative structures, the use of literature circles, and creating a classroom that differentiates instruction and fosters a respectful learning environment. To further understand the district's role with the curriculum that affects our ELL students, I interviewed Victoria Johnson, a district-based reading coach who is responsible for supporting reading and English instruction across Polk County. Her responsibilities include implementing high-yield strategies that positively impact student achievement. Some of the strategies include on-pace instruction following district learning maps, standards-based instruction, and differentiation of instruction. I asked her, when the district is creating learning maps, how do they account for the needs of our ELL students? She indicated that within the learning maps, there are intervention strategies that teachers can use to provide differentiated instruction for their ELL students. While the district creates these materials, it is up to the teachers to implement them in the classroom. I then asked about the adopted ELA textbook and what culturally relevant texts are available for teachers to use. She replied that teachers receive a list of suggested texts for each unit. The level of culturally relevant text available for teachers to use varies from some to almost none. However, the district is in the process of adopting textbooks that align to the new best standards, and one of the criteria that was emphasized was the need for texts that are more culturally responsive. Regarding district assessments, I asked, what measures has the district put in place to make sure that progress monitoring testing is equitable for ELL students? Johnson informed me that when choosing text sets for writing progress monitoring, they try to account for age-appropriate content that is relevant and considers the diverse backgrounds of our students. I chose to focus on Unit 3 of the 10th grade English learning maps to determine whether the maps that are provided to teachers by the district are allowing for culturally relevant lessons. I chose 10th grade because of the FSA requirements. The tools that I used to evaluate the curriculum were the ASCD tool, the checklist tool, and the CRE tool. The ASCD tool provided insight about a broad overview of the curriculum that I analyzed, but did not address the level of cultural relevance within the curriculum. My biggest takeaway was the lack of quality control to determine the effectiveness of the curriculum. At the district and school levels, there are no teams that routinely analyze student performance and make targeted adjustments to the curriculum. After using the Chalk tool checklist, one area of focus for the English 2 curriculum would be the alignment of the curriculum. While the curriculum is vertically aligned, it is not horizontally aligned among academic courses. Also, there is a lack of ongoing professional development that is specifically targeted toward curriculum. Also referencing the Chalk tool, specifically in the category of instruction, as well as my data collection, like in-class observations, it is unfortunately evident that many of our teachers do not use effective strategies, differentiate to meet student needs, and are not responsive to students with diverse linguistic backgrounds. This is an area that must be addressed through ongoing professional development. Since the CRE scorecard tool focused more on story elements, I was able to determine that the total selection score for representation when looking at Unit 3 of the English 2 curriculum was very low, which categorizes the curriculum's representation as culturally destructive. I'm curious if I looked at the curriculum as a whole, would this trend be consistent? After completing my curriculum audit, I'll present my findings via a PLC. I'll invite the assistant principal of curriculum, ELA teachers, and district coaches. Prior to presenting, I will determine which areas are priority and will have the most impact on student achievement and work with this team to develop goals to address student needs. After the team has developed our goals and defined our metrics for success, it is important that we maintain ongoing communication about the progress that is being made. We will do so by meeting on a bi-weekly basis. During our meetings, we will keep the following questions in mind. Where are we now? Where are we going? And how will we get there?